excuse me while I have a moment with Billy Joel here on the new Apple AirPods Pro 3. And I got to tell you, they sound great. So these are the new AirPods Pro 3 and they're out this Friday. And they don't look that much different to the previous generation. In fact, it's very hard to see the difference. But as soon as I put these in my ear, they felt different. Now, Apple say they molded thousands of ears, 3D modeling, and they have changed the shape and design of these ever so slightly to suit more ears. And I got to tell you, I think that's worked. I can't even honestly see at a glance how they're different, but I feel like there's just something more rounded to them. And I can tell you that the stalk feels slightly thicker. That's just a pure sensation because at a glance, they don't look that much different at all. Now, I don't think that really matters about the look. You can barely tell the difference between the AirPods Pro 2 and AirPods Pro 3. So walking down the street, people aren't going to go, hey, you got the old model. There's no issue there. But when you jump on a plane, you're going to have better noise cancelling. And that, I'll tell you right now, I noticed straight away. And here's the fun thing. Often people think of noise cancelling as cutting out all the noise around you. And they go, I'm wearing my headphones in the kitchen, but I can still hear the kids. Yeah, noise cancelling doesn't make it quiet. It just changes the amplification of sound into your ears. But I gotta tell you, I sat at the kitchen table and I struggled to hear the kids talk. And I've never had that problem with noise cancelling earpods, as in Bud style AirPods before, of any brand. I think the noise cancelling here, and I should disclose, I haven't tested these on a plane yet because I received them when I got back from America. But I have zero doubts that these are better than AirPods when it comes to noise cancelling. And that's saying a lot because AirPods Pro 2 were already excellent when it came to noise cancelling. Just in general ability to cut out ambience, I think they're a big win. Now, Apple also say that they're better audio quality. Does the music sound better? I don't know. Honestly, I was on an hour-long Uber ride today and I switched AirPods Pro 2, AirPods Pro 3, AirPods Pro 2, AirPods Pro 3, and I kept listening to the same music. And I do think there was something better. I do think there was incrementally a better sound from the AirPods Pro 3, but it was so small and incremental, like I can't discern it. Now, again, I should disclose, I'm not an audiophile. I would suggest that other reviewers who are pure audiophiles will be able to tell you where the difference is in the sound. But what I will say is they're better. And they damn well should be too, because they're the next generation. But the real standout feature of AirPods Pro 3 is live translation. So I've concocted a way that you can hear what I've heard when it comes to live translation. So to demonstrate live translate, I've put one AirPod in and I have put some tape over the connector on the other AirPod and I'm shoving a microphone deep into it. So hopefully you can hear what I hear. To initiate the live translation, you simply push and hold both AirPods at the same time. I've only got one in, so I'm going to initiate it directly on the iPhone.
Translating Spanish.
Now to make this happen, everything I say now in English is going to be written on the screen of the iPhone in Spanish, which we can obviously translate by showing the person the screen, or we can press the little play button here next to the script.
Ahora, para que esto suceda, todo lo que diga ahora en inglés se escribirá en la pantalla del iPhone.
So you get the gist. But now, what I've done is I've got a YouTube clip here, and I'll be very clear. I'll give them credit. It's Espanol con Ali. So I think it's Ali, and she's teaching us Spanish. But this is practicing conversations in Spanish. So what I can do is I can turn the volume up here, so as if she's here. Now, I found this video because it doesn't have the English part in it. It's just Spanish. So let's see how it goes when you'll hear a little bit of the Spanish and a lot of the English.
Tenemos tres escenarios diferentes. El primero será para
Different
pedir en un
scenarios.
restaurante. El segundo para cuando
The
quieras
first will be
hacer
to order in a
planes, ya
restaurant.
sea alguna salida o una cita. Y
The second
el
for when you
tercero
want to make
para
plans,
cuando conozcas a alguien y quieras
whether it's an outing
presentarte.
or a date. And the third,
Yo diré El texto que
For
está
when you meet
en
someone and
rojo.
want to
Y
introduce
tú,
yourself.
el texto que está en verde. ¿Listo? Comenzamos.
I'll say the text that is in red and you the text that is in green. Ready? Let's start.
So that is Spanish to English translation in real time, and the delay is minimal at all because it's kind of doing it as it goes. And I can show you here, it's showing all of that here in English to Spanish translation as well. And obviously if I was to stop talking and wanted to show the person, that's what they would be able to see. That's how we interact with someone. You hear them in your language, and you might show them, for example, at a market stall or something, you'll show them the iPhone. And you can put it in landscape mode so it comes up kind of in real time what you're saying in their language. Again, I've chosen Spanish, and there are only a few languages at launch that I can see here. German, I think Portuguese, Spanish, and French were the ones that I could see. So let's just do one more example here. This is the restaurant example from our friend Ali.
Hola, bienvenido al restaurante
Hello.
Fajitas. Aquí le dejo el menú.
Welcome to the Fajitas restaurant. Here is the menu.
Great. What's your special today?
¿Cuál es tu especial hoy?
So, like, honestly, that's pretty cool. And let's continue playing one more. So she's listening for my example now.
El plato del día es tacos al pastor.
The dish of the day is tacos al pastor.
There we go. Honestly, let's be honest. The voice is very computerized. It doesn't sound as natural language as, for example, Siri is. Now, is that because it's happening in local processing on the iPhone? I don't know. And look, again, full disclosure, Google, Samsung, and plenty of independent headphone manufacturers have got this technology. This is not groundbreaking and new. But hey, neither was 5G, but then Apple did it. Neither was wireless charging, and then Apple did it. The fact is, when Apple does something, it gets a heightened level of attention, and that puts a focus on everyone using it, and it also kind of puts a pressure now on all of the others to have a high performance. I think it's fantastic. I think it's going to be great for travelers. I can't wait to use it. Now, I will say I had some troubles getting it working. I was going back and forward, downloading languages, deleting the language, restarting it wasn't easy. And I sought Apple's advice, and they simply said if the language isn't downloaded, re-download it or delete it. I felt like the turn it off and turn it back on again was the solution here. But I got it working. Now, again, that may have been because I'm testing multiple phones, multiple sets of AirPods, and I was confusing the system. There was one point where I went, oh, it's working, and then I realized it was on a different phone. So what I had to do was literally turn off all the Bluetooth and all the other iPhones that I test and just simply get it narrowed down. And I feel like I got it working in the normal way as you would here. So any challenges you have, my only advice is if you have any challenge getting it working, delete any languages that are there and restart the phone, and it should work perfectly for you. You do need to initiate the live translation with both buds and then essentially pick the language. And it does all happen in the app. Now, at one point I was wondering whether or not it was the phone that was doing the listening or the AirPods. I put the phone literally under my bum and sat on it and ran the YouTube clip, and it still worked fine. So I suspect it is the microphones in the AirPods that are doing the listening and the speaking, if you think of it that way. The phone is simply a screen for you to use for the reverse translation. It's amazing. On its own, that's a feature worth having. So that's a big tick. The AirPods Pro have always been an exceptional set of headphones. They have always been an industry leader, and they've set a standard for the industry. Brands like Sennheiser, Sony, everyone have their claim, and they never say they're working towards this benchmark, but that's always what they're working towards. The biggest challenge for the other players in the industry is that simply AirPods are easier to use on an iPhone because they pair with absolute ease. And that is an advantage that AirPods will forever have unless Apple opens up their easy pairing software and that whole scenario. Should they? I think so. I think of all things that Apple could be criticized for. I think the closed nature of that instant pairing of headphones is their biggest failure. But Android just makes it easy to pair any headphone and any car. I just wish Apple would do the same thing. That aside, that's nothing to do with the AirPods Pro 3. The AirPods Pro 3, exceptional sound, amazing noise cancelling, and a very cool new party trick, but also travel feature in live translation.